so job is always causing stress.
We're back. I grabbed the mobile phone.
All I ever
Out of the
do
truck,
is
so. Alright, here
work
we are.
on
Let me,
no rest.
Been driving around trying to
I
find
know Thursday night is on the way. Down in trouble waters, nights where the day. Pour me a drunk donkey IPA. Let that magic mango chase my blues away. I know that I'll be among my friends. The mic's where the page goes live.
north of New Orleans, and we've been trying to get inside the eye north of the water. We stayed away from the Gulf because the Gulf obviously was surge. We didn't want to get trapped. So we went north to the advice of all of our fans. And
I ran
here we are.
into a friend uptown.
Apparently the eye is a few miles south of us.
Said things were bad and he was feeling down. I told him Thursday's on the way. He had trouble walking, Mike's where the day.
Covered underneath a protective
We'll be
awning here.
pouring drunk donkey IPA.
To get 100-mile-an-hour winds.
Let that magic mango chase our
Power next
blues
to
away. We know that we among our
Drive back
friends.
down to the Mississauga here in a little bit.
Little Mike's where the page goes live. There we go.
All right, how about that? I was dancing, but I stopped dancing before. That's my Thursday song. I don't know what I was thinking. Wednesday is the new Thursday. I keep finding these old videos I used to have. So maybe we'll play it again tomorrow because not everybody's here every day. This is a Thursday song. So Wednesdays is the new Thursday. Oh my goodness. What is up, everybody? We got Louie on my lap. Let's say hi to everybody. Hope you're doing well on this October 23rd. Just drove by my Oldsmar cleanup area, and the mound of debris is getting taller, if that's even possible. My God, we got hit so hard here in Oldsmar. We personally are lucky. We had some damage, but nothing compared to what everybody else had with the flooding and the surge and some of the winds. So, Tiffany, you're here every day. Well, that's cool. Jerry, what's up from Galveston? What's up, Michael? Yeah, this is Louie. He's a 6-year-old puppy now. Morning from Naples, Mr. Bill. Paul Maury. Brandy, you seen the? How's the debris down in Pinellas Park? There's only so many trucks. We had one stolen here, too, that was in the big news in Tampa. What's up, Richard Sanford? You got a new profile pic, man. Florida 63, Ricky Callahan. Yeah, that's toes. That's cold toes weather. Good song, Preston. Yeah, it was a good one. What's up there? Crestview, Sandy? I know where that's at. I don't know what it is about Crestview. I remember growing up listening to Roy Leap, and they would always show the temperature in Crestview. That's a little town in the top of the northern western part of Florida. Tobin Bennett, good morning. Terry Biggs, PCB. Daily from the Keys. What's up, Susan? Vero Beach, I'm sure there's a lot. Both sides of the dang state, man. You had tornadoes down there, over there. it's amazing. One thing we've learned about hurricanes, every storm has a different story with its impacts. And you don't know what those impacts are going to be until the storm is happening or past. And that's the fascinating thing with hurricanes is you just don't know what's going to be coming your way. Is it going to be winds? Is it going to be inland flooding? Is it going to be surge? Is it going to be tornadoes? Is it going to be river flooding a week after? Trevor from Alaska. Oh my God. Sometimes it's hotter there than it is here. What's up from Joe from Claremont? Don from Palm Harbor. Got some stuff coming up here I want to show everybody local. My good buddy Dennis last night, he thought I was serious that I wanted to wrestle him. No, we're talking to, somebody suggested we do something local for, raise some money for a good cause. So we're going to try to do something. But Thomas, thank you, buddy. Yeah, that was over on YouTube. Oh, what's my favorite Thanksgiving food? Now, that's a question I love, Wasp. Oh, my God. So, listen, I don't know what it is about Thanksgiving. But, Mom and them ain't going to be around forever, and it sucks. So that's my most favorite dinner of the year. I guess Julie and I are going to have to learn to cook. My favorite, oh, my God, I don't know. I think it's either so turkey, mashed potatoes, squash, obviously those three together. Oh my God. And she makes this green bean casserole. It's really good. And, I don't know. I don't eat squash but once a year and stuffing once a year. Julie one time made stuffing when I met her, and I'll never forget. I gave it the Forrest Gump stare down. I've never had stuffing other than Thanksgiving, and I actually did not know that you could eat stuffing on 364 other days of the year. I'm like, what are you doing making stuffing? I'm like, that's Thanksgiving. I love white turkey. I love white turkey meat and probably gravy. Oh my God, I'm so hungry, man. I could just go crazy right now. Not really a cranberry sauce, Kristen. Yeah, Kimberly. Yeah, there was a big thing. One of those big debris trucks was stolen somewhere in middle Florida. Oh, I don't know where all this debris goes. That's a good question. I don't know what's up with the debris. I know that 2 piles of debris. We got vegetation debris, and we have surge. Unfortunately, household debris. Nick, yeah, this dog is, he's like Snoop Dogg. It is stuffing. It's kind of weird where that stuffing's kept in a turkey, though, I will say. Oh, man. Marcia, oh, you're going making laps in hospital. Well, that's not good. I hope your hubby's doing okay. Yeah, we can just call it quits for hurricane season, Tyler. We're going to talk about the weather here. I got to get my mind off Thanksgiving dinner now. All right. Oh, man. You're doing that job right now, Crystal. All right, everybody say goodbye to Louie. Say bye-bye, Louie. Yay, Louie. I got on the spider outfits today. I love Amazon. All right, well, let's do a couple shout outs here. We got ABC Fine Wine and Spirits helping support the Daily Brew now for 6 years strong and become family to me here in our great state of Florida. So we appreciate you supporting them for supporting us. 6 good letters that go together, ABC, MWP. And if you're lucky to find Spaghetti Model IPA, it's sold out. They sold more than they expected. They made more than they were planning, and they still can't. We couldn't keep up. So I know it's hard to find, but if you got some Spaghetti Model IPA, check it out. U.S. Virgin Islands looks pretty good next week, Rob. Getting into Halloween spirit. They have a lot of catchy drinks at ABC, by the way. If you ever go to their social media pages, they always have fun stuff to make. Akeem, shout out to you. Yeah. So everybody knows I live in Oldsmar. There's a couple things happening here I want to talk about real quick. So our city of Oldsmar is actually having their haunted happenings this Friday. Okay, so a little bit of normalcy, especially for the kids in this area. It's open to anybody. It's free. There's a movie in the park, Monsters, Inc. We have a huge amphitheater here in Oldsmar. It's free. Movie in the park. The weather's supposed to be phenomenal. Listen, hayride through the spooky forest, toddler area, bounce houses, games. So if we need a break from all the craziness out there with this hurricanes, and it's this Friday here at RE Olds Park. I should be there. My plan is, Emily's got 2 softball games. I'm going to be rushing to get there afterwards, so hope to see you there for that if you're looking for something to do locally. Another thing coming up for the adults, my second year coming to this, it's called the Bad ASS. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. The Bad A Beer Fest. Now look at all these brewers from across the United States, not just Florida. They all come in. I think there's 70 plus brewers. It's going to be by the Oldsmar Library, November the 9th. Put on by my good friends at Tampa Bay Brewing Company. But I'll be there. It's an incredible day. You get to talk to all these brewers. We even have local Crooked Thumb there. Marker 48 makes a Gatorade thing. It's phenomenal. But all these companies. And you get a ticket and you walk around and it's unlimited. So if you're into craft beer, local breweries from around the country in Florida, you can come hang out. They all have tents set up. They give away stickers and stuff. And you get to sample as much as you want. And there's hotels right next door. Lots of hotels here in Oldsmar. So come to that. Let's party November 9th. It's fun. So I'm going to share the event page they have. That's my good friends at Tampa Bay Brewing Company. So here's what the satellite looked like this morning. It was beautiful outside. So me and Sarah and Julie were counting stars. There wasn't hardly a cloud in the sky this morning. This was what it looked like before the sun came up. So it's incredible. We had a little frontal line way north, but that's it, man. There wasn't one dang cloud in Carolinas and Georgia and Tennessee and Alabama and Mississippi and Florida and everybody. And there wasn't a cloud in the sky, man. And there's still not a cloud in the sky. We had a little bit of clouds probably on the East Coast coming in off the Atlantic, but it was a beautiful morning. Leftover Oscar is going up towards Bermuda. Going to bring some rain there later, maybe tomorrow and Thursday. But we're getting into that transitional period of fall where things are kind of quiet. We don't have a lot of weather sometimes. We get these lulls in the frontal lines come through and then they hang out and nothing happens for a while. So we're in a lull. It is Mitzi beer. It's a beer-tastic evening. We will be there, me and Phil, and maybe my buddy Joe. Trust me. Something for the kids in Oldsmar, something for the adults in Oldsmar. It's a great little city. Harold, good morning. Lull is a good word, Kimberly. Yep. Robert Bowman, how's it going, buddy? Beer. So far we talked about beer, Halloweens, and turkey. Anyway, so let's talk about it. All right, weather. Rainfall for the next 7 days. That's it, man. Nothing. So what you got today, you're going to get tomorrow, all the way through next Wednesday. A little bit of rain on the Florida East Coast. This always happens this time of year. We get a high pressure, and we get winds that roll in off the Atlantic. The Atlantic helps juice up things, and you get some coastal rains. Basically, that's why. A little bit maybe for Texas, too. All this east-west flow from a high-pressure system. This is the frontal line that's coming into play. Always wet out west. We don't talk about out there. I'm not very familiar with that area. But there you go. 7 days, man. And this light green is nothing. So we don't even, this is like fizzle. So very quiet week ahead. Now yesterday I posted this. This is interesting. I got a pimple on my nose coming. You ever get a pimple on your nose? They hurt so bad. Oh my God. Ugh. 6Z GFS. Yeah, we're going to talk about all that. Eric. Luckily, it's just one run, right? Yeah, we don't want to say the Q word, South Metro weather. Nope, nope, nope. We say quiet with a K. No calm before the storm. Starlink for Shelly. Curtis. That'd be fine. I mean, she wants that. It's not very personable. I ordered my new PepLink setup. I'm pretty excited about. Michelle from Naples. Witch hazel is on the pimples. Oh, God. Talking about witches now. All right, so yesterday we posted this map. There's nothing, but look at all this high winds coming. I wonder how the thing that's fascinating, a lot of this is all mountains and stuff, and the plains here, obviously coming off the big mountains, but look at all these high winds coming here, 10, 26, 27, 28. So we got frontal line, big winds. We got a little frost to freeze, Pennsylvania, New York coming next 4 days from now. So that's like Monday, maybe 27th or Sunday. Still got river flooding down here. The Withlacoochee and the St. John's rivers are still flooding down here. That's what these little guys down here mean. But that's it. High winds taking over the U.S. here to day 3 to day 7 map. Temperatures. Let's talk about this real quick. Just kind of show you what's coming. Nothing's coming. No big front line. You're looking for green. That one frontal line kind of flattening out here over the weekend. So Saturday high temps, 80s, upper 80s for Mississippi, Alabama, almost 90s in Louisiana, 90s for Texas. This is Saturday. That means they're not going to be very cold. There's no point in looking at low temperatures when you're in the 90s. So 70s down here and through Florida, maybe some 60s, but that's not very cool, right? Sunday, there you go. We got a little more 60s, I guess. Wake up temperatures will be a little better. Sunday morning. I was looking more at evening, but yeah, not too bad. 60s. Oh, hot again on Sunday. Right here, boom, Sunday. But really, no, there's no big cold front coming into play until past Halloween. Here's Halloween day. So we might be a little cooler than what I have been showing. We got possibly upper 80s on Halloween, middle 80s in the red. This is Halloween day, 80s. So, it might not be too bad for trick-or-treat time. Then it cools down into the 70s when the sun goes down. Still 80s out. This Halloween, this trick-or-treat weather. And then overnight into November 1st. So your November 1st, first day of November, 70s. 50s. No big cold front coming. That was the point of that. All right, tropics. Let's talk about that in a second. One more link. This is your river forecast. So we actually still have 5 rivers still a major flood stage. 5 points on the rivers. Withlacoochee with 3 and St. John's with 2. And we saw red made moderate flood. So this is all because of Milton pretty much here. Still got some spots here across the south of Interstate 4. Lakeland, Peace River, I assume that's the Peace River, maybe. But hard to believe Milton was that many days ago, right? And the rivers are slowly going down. Still some big flooding going on in the Withlacoochee area. Just slow, painful going down. But let me show you where these at, because I did have quite a few people asking me about what's going on and where to see. So right here, river forecasts and observations right here. River forecast observations. You click on that. It's a very busy website. It takes a second to load. We'll let us do its thing here. A Cat 5 pimple. I haven't had one of them in a long time. The ones around the lip are the worst. It's like that and pulling nose hair. I've been guilty of pulling nose hair at red lights before. People probably see me. St. John's, yes. What's up, Bonnie? Yep, we're going to show you right now. Here's your St. John's. So people were asking about the Withlacoochee. slowly going down. Slowly going down. That's good news, right? That's the forecast. That's where we're at now. It should start to go down a couple days. Not a very fast. I mean, October 30th, it's still going to be above flood stage. So it's taking forever. This is October 29th. It's still going to be a major flood stage. And the same goes here along Croom here. It's slowly going down. St. John's, just kind of hanging at 420 right now. Major flood stage. And then at DeLand's still hanging out. So you can see they're slowly going down. Slowly going down. Slowly going down. The river flows so slow. This is the Peace River at Bartow, slowly going down. This is the Peace River at Arcadia, definitely going down. So this one here, Cypress Creek, is 54, slowly going down. So slowly going down. Everybody say it together. Slowly going down. All right, tropics. Yeah, Michael, there you go. My director has entered the chat. All right, so there's your tropics report. See you next week. So anyway, talked a little bit about this yesterday. Well, we've been talking about it a lot lately. Hurricane Donna, Beast Athletics. Yeah, well, it's weird, man. I was just talking to a gentleman in Oldsmar that lost a shed during Milton because of the freshwater flooding, and then he got flooded during Helene from saltwater flooding. I mean, you get double whammy flooding. I mean, it's awful, man. Some people would definitely take wind damage over flooding any day. Flooding is the worst. But so there's your tropics report for the next 7 days. We got this yesterday. They did indeed highlight our area possible to watch. So the reason I'm not talking about it right now because there's really nothing solid enough. So I know I get comments like, when will it be here? First off, here, I don't know where you live. That's how a lot of social media is right now, right? Like everybody's just kind of concerned about them. Like, why would I talk about it if it doesn't hit Florida? Like, I get that comment. Well, because we have people in Jamaica, in the Caymans, in the Bahamas, in Hispaniola, in Bermuda. Not everybody, weather affects more than just where you live. But anyway, there's nothing solid right now on anything except this area does look very possible to try to develop. And I have to remind people, a lot of people don't know this. They think it's, oh my God, what's going on? Well, nothing's going on. This is normal. I know we have a very active couple months, it seems like, or weeks at least. And everybody just wants it to be over. But the tropics keep on going. And what's fascinating with this graphic here than anything is if you look at where we're at, about right here, compared to this activity, this activity is more than what it is up to August 1st. So this time of year is actually more active than July and August sometimes, believe it or not, historically, from 1944 to 2020. So that's just reality. We just got to, usually there's one or two more. But anyway, that's the area we're looking at. So we're going to talk about it now, all these models. So all this means generally when you see this map here, this date range here, these are just areas that could produce. And the reason we got a big area here, we got the CAG, Central American Gyre, setting up. We were seeing signs of a low pressure trying to get going off of an old frontal line. Sometimes that happens too, so that's why that little area is highlighted. But this is generally our CAG system here coming up. I guess I need a different color marker. And then unfortunately, look, we still have conditions favorable. This is not a storm. This is just the conditions are favorable in this general area. weather-wise. That means the shear is expected to be low, the water temp is still high. You know, just means we could see something. There's nothing there to see at this point. It's just the conditions are kind of favorable. So I ran the ensembles this morning on the weathernerds.org site, and the GFS is still pretty aggressive on something. The Euro is not. This current run. But there is quite a bit of time frame here too, by the way. This is Halloween night, basically. And we could see a low pressure area trying to get going here. So that's what we're going to talk about. We got all kinds of models we'll look at. I want to look at history, though. I thought this would be good to have up. I did it yesterday in my little video. Well, we go back to all the storms that have ever happened late October till now. Let's go to 11/20. So as we kind of start looking at history, and this is from 1949. No, this is 1851. God, that's a lot of years. 127 years. No, that's more than that. That's the number of storms. Oh, God, how many years is that? Shelly, where's your calculator? 1851 to 2023. There's been 127 systems. But the main focus here is this time frame, which is obviously a little before this week, but this the idea is you can see the majority of the flow is this. That's what I'm getting at. There's a couple random ones here, but the majority is that, because we have fronts that come down and pick up and turn. So that's history right there. Then we go to 21st through 31st. There was 88 systems between 1851 and 2023. You say no in caps. Heather, 172. Brittany Smith, that is so nice of you. So anyway, you can see the flow here at the end of the month. Obviously, you know, every one of these dots, look at that flow though. So that's just history repeating itself. All these just flow that direction. And then we go back to the first week of November and we see kind of the same thing. You can see less and less storms happen. Why did that thing zoom on me? But wait a minute. Oh no, that's right. You know, 44 for the week of November 1st to the 10th. And you can see a lot of these turn. Oh, my little pointer just got tiny. Everything got little all of a sudden. We'll just close this window. But anyway, that's the likelihood of something that would form down there. That's what we're getting at. Well, let's look at all the models. Let's have some model moments. Math. Who likes math? Laura's making brownies. Good morning, Mr. Dave from Pomona Park. Greenville. Snow. I haven't seen any solid runs of snow yet, other than what we saw in the Appalachians a couple days ago. All right, so let's look at the models. Tropical tidbits. Tropical tidbits. Hey, Lynn Haven, we know where that's at. It's right around north of Panama City Beach. Chilly up there in the morning, I bet. Ryan from the Keys. You know, I've never been to the Keys that I remember. I went one time with my mom and dad when I was young. Definitely want to go back soon. Sean, what's up? I can't believe I never really hung out at the Keys before. We made it down there during Ada. We made it down to Key Largo. All right, so the latest, let's look back at the last 4 runs of the GFS, and then we'll look at some ensembles. But basically, it's this: we got this Central American juice set up here. We got a wave coming off here. A lot of stuff happened down here at the end of the month, and you can just see high pressure to the north. We get a little something brewing maybe the 29th, and then very broad low. But there's October 31st. There's Jamaica. That's a big broad low. It's a big broad low. Very huge. Look at this sucker. I mean, this is just one scenario, but look at this massive So dancing. They're dancing. But what's important is the idea of lowering pressures October 31st. Now, this is a weird run. This one kind of does some wacky things, as they all do. You just kind of look at an average of them, kind of go from there. But this one kind of whips off a 985 system, which is possibly named. It's kind of big, but 975 is pretty dang low pressure. Kind of whacks it up towards Florida there, and then it kind of opens it up. So that's just a weird setup. But the pressure low is eye-opening because it keeps the idea that we have. That would be like the biggest hurricane in history right there. That'd be subtropical, massive, but still something to just be aware of, And then it kind of just settles back down there. Odd, right? Ada did that a couple years ago, But the whole point of this thing is this. We're just going to be watching something in this general area at the end of the month. That's all. Latest 00Z run on the GFS. Kind of showing you that double whammy. Initial low up here towards Halloween. And then your secondary low down here. So it's like something's happening. You just don't know for sure. So this is where you start looking at this history. Okay. So we know there's going to be something down here trying to get going. We know there's a high pressure to the north. We know there's a front coming to play. So, with this high pressure here, Otis kind of Oscar did the same thing. Will it go that way before it does that, or will it do that, or will it do that? Will it go that? But, just don't know. But definitely worth keep watching these trends because every day we're another day closer. Last night's 18Z, kind of that broad low look, keeping it more over the Caribbean. So that idea is there very well. Latest 6Z definitely getting a lot of shares on the internet because it's hitting Florida, but it's an very odd low pressure system that, likely will be different on the next run, but it's enough that, that would still bring some weather to the Bahamas and possibly Florida. But that's one run. All right, let's look at the latest Canadian, who's been doing really good with things, picking up systems here and there. All right, so towards the 31st, basically nothing yet. It stops development. A couple little spots maybe trying to get going here. You can see that broad low taking shape here. And you can really see it with these wind barbs. My aunt's name was Barb. But if you look at these wind barbs, it would be weird like if there was somebody watching right now, her name was Barb, I could just put that period there. Look at the winds, Barb. If I had another child, I would name, I don't know, him or her. I don't know what it would be. What's ISO? Is that a boy's name or girl's name? ISO. But it'd be ISO Bar. Or that might be a cool name of a bar. If I opened up a bar called the ISO Bar. The ice. It'd be ICE. The ice. And they'd be like, O-H bar. Like ice. O bar. But this is the Canadian showing you these wind barbs. Big broad low setting up. So that typically means it's a Central American gyre. And they're tricky. But they're very historically producers of the tropics. So history repeats itself oftentimes. Yesterday's 12Z, kind of the same setup. So it really hasn't gone all in. The reason the models push things back, now 12Z from 2 days ago, showing you a little more organized system. It's just because the patterns there, these models are predicting something to form off the pattern. The Euro AI has done pretty well. And it's kind of showing you the idea of a low pressure, the third, getting picked up by a front. So nothing really organized in the Euro AI, but the idea is there. So there's 18Z. So, I mean, so really bottom line is this. We just have the end of the month, low pressure, and we just have to patiently wait day by day. We know history says things can happen down here, and history says, yes, South Florida, Florida Peninsula should watch, as the rest of the Caribbean. The actual Euro, never really good at picking things up, but it's showing you low pressure here. It's starting to get going. You can kind of see it right there in that little vorticity ball. See it? And as the GFS is showing, it's a very broad, low area here, kind of two of them. It's just which one dominates and which one takes off. So that's why I'm watching close. You know, one scenario would be something like this going, then turning. Or this little setup, you know. So I do know one thing. 12-foot skeletons are safe for Halloween. You might just have to be taking them down after Halloween. All right, so with some other models, let's look at some ensembles and stuff. Let's look at Let's look at ensemble plots here on Tropical Tidbits. General idea too, looking at all the ensembles, kind of blending in the idea here is Sunday the 2nd. Some generalized low pressure area right here. This is using all the Euro blends. And here's the GFS idea. So it just blends all their thinking and where we might see the centralized low pressure trying to go. Ensemble, remember on the GFS showing, you know, quite a few staying over Jamaica here and then missing Florida. That's the 6Z. They're going to bounce around. 00Z, a little more spread out in the idea. Latest Euro thinking. You know, if something were to get going, you can see a general more north possibility. And the latest Canadian ensembles are kind of like the latest GFS, so yeah, you get the idea. No one should be worried right now. Just kind of watching. I want to see what the KMA is doing. I love the KMA model. I don't know why. It just seems like it's if it shows something 2 out of 3 times, it's usually on point. So the latest 00Z I have not looked at yet. And this is a very broad low here, November the 3rd. And you can just see it. We got a little frontal line to the north, kind of pulls it and lifts it up. This isn't very organized at all, but it's still showing you the idea of it low pressure. Yesterday's 12Z. Kind of showing you that general pull up. So yeah, so you know, bottom line, we just have an area. We got an area that's possibly gonna pop something out. We don't know hardly anything at all because it's not there yet. We just know that conditions are very favorable for this to possibly try to get going. Latest Euro, couple ensembles go north. I mean, remember there's 51 members, so that's kind of low confidence. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 51. Latest GFS ensembles here are basically doing a little zigzag. Just around. You know, the reason I'm, 12-foot skeletons are safe because this is November 1st. If one of these were to verify. But last night's 00Z run. So, I mean, the trend is, yes, looking here, but definitely more of that right now. But enough that, you know, you just see the flow, right? Longtime Floridians know late season systems can be sneaky and be trouble. So, but there's nothing really, obviously, yet to get too worked up about. So, things though that, you know, I got my eye on. I know it sounds like a broken record, but these are the reasons why. Water temperatures. Let's look at the anomaly map here. This is tropicaltidbits.com. Water anomaly maps are above normal. This is on your 30-year average. So the water temps are fairly warm down here to get something going. Still got pockets of warm water in the Gulf, so it would at least maintain itself if something were to come up this way. Ocean heat content, extremely hot. I haven't looked at Brian McNulty's site in a while, but let's look at that. I want to see what the ocean heat content is compared to other years. We were using this a lot. I totally forgot about this the last couple times we went live. But ocean heat content in the Gulf of Mexico is a little bit below the average right now. That's first time. Look at that. Look how hot it was before Milton and Helene. So that's good news. Ocean heat content right on the 10-year average. At least we're not seeing anything crazy record-wise. So actually a little bit below the 10-year average. So that's good. It's there. We got these maps here, you know, shows you the worst case scenarios. The Barron Hurricane Index, maximum hurricane intensity. This takes the current situation in the environment and shows you kind of what could maintain itself. And luckily the Gulf is showing 960 millibar. So, you know, blue is still cap, 3, 4, 5, if everything else lined up. But you can see how the cooler waters are definitely helping keep things weaker. But how weak? I mean, purple's still H3. So, bottom line is don't think because the water's normal now, we can't see something like this happen, because it's happened in the past. That's just the point of that. And trust me, we don't get wrapped up on category names when we have big flooding events. I mean, look at this latest GFS. I mean, just curious, looking at the latest GFS. If the latest GFS was correct, let's look at the rainfall, because that would be a lot of rain in 10. Well, this doesn't go out 10 days, though. Does it go out 10 days? I don't think it does. I think it goes out to the first. Oh, we might get it. Maybe. It's starting to come into the picture. But here's the GFS starting to show rainfall. Well, actually, no. This is, let's go somewhere else. Here, let's go to weather models, and we'll zoom in on Florida here. Just to show you, rain could be a big deal again. So Florida rain accumulation, total precip. This goes out 384 hour. Holy cow! Yeah. So 20 inches of rain. So you can see the GFS going nuts on this latest run. Latest 00. This is overnight run. Now this is one model. It's not a forecast. That sounds like a broken record. I know. Look at the 18Z. Let's see. One of these runs is going to show nothing. The point of it. Here's the 18Z. That's nothing. That's not even nothing. So here's the 18Z. Maybe up here, North Florida, South Georgia, some pockets down here. But the point is, something big, sloppy, low pressure areas could dump a ton of rain. And then I don't have to remind anybody, that would be trouble with a capital T. Trouble. Travis Tritt. It's Trouble. So, just watching. But again, we're getting within 10 days here. So within 10 days, you kind of raise the possibility that could be something. Oh, or I might be taking a boat to Jamaica or the Bahamas. So there you go. We'll watch it again tomorrow. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Nope, still not there. All right. So anyway, somebody just said, sorry I missed. Recap. Nope. Hey, what's up, Scott from the Marine Corps? How you doing, man? Thank you for your service, sir. Beaufort, South Carolina. Hey, Emily. NAC hasn't marked it yet, Sam. Well, because they'll mark it with a 7-day, within 7 days. So if we were to get it into form, it would probably be November 1st, maybe. So 7 days from, so it'd be maybe by tomorrow. Tomorrow could be the 7-day window. It would just be a hatched area. There wouldn't be an X, because they usually only put an X there when they have a center. So maybe tomorrow. There might be a yellow area tomorrow. At least by Friday, there'll be a yellow area. It's just a timing thing. Snow. Everybody's talking about snow. Michelle Scott, that's your birthday. Tyler, it's always safe to take a cruise. You just gotta plan on a detour. Hey, what's up, Commissioner? How you doing, buddy? Mr. Antonio. You're in Tampa. Cool, buddy. Well, I appreciate that. I think we're going to lightning again on Thursday. There's no hurricane hitting South Florida. Anyway, all right. Well, we made it to 10. It's not snowing in Tampa. We can look at some snow forecast. You want to? Just for fun? We gonna have any snow coming? Did you see the yesterday? Oh my God, the absolute funniest thing I've ever seen. The GFS yesterday went out all in on snow. Look at this. So this is out 384 hours, not showing any snow, right? Look at last night, 00Z, nothing. Look at yesterday's 18Z, nothing. Now look at yesterday's 12Z. Boom! Where'd that come from? And then nothing on the 6Z. That was like, you talk about a random run. That was showing pretty hefty duty snow. But it was one run out of, and 5 runs since hasn't shown anything. So that's when a model gets. Oh, that was the run. Jesus, that was the weird run. This is the one showing 30 inches of rain or snow. But that was last night's 00Z, 2 nights ago. But the last 5 runs hasn't even shown a flurry. So you talk about a busted forecast. So I really don't see anything pop in the picture until, November 1st. So, no snow. No snow for you. All right, well, I'm going to sign off. So, remember, we got, I'll be sharing the Beer Fest here in Oldsmar, and we got the Halloween party this Friday night at Ariel's Park in Oldsmar. So, it's going to be beautiful weather. If you're looking for something to do for the kids, man, it's great. They do a hayride, a bunch of fun stuff. So, kind of break from the craziness of the hurricane cleanup going on everywhere, right? So, a couple things coming up in my little area open. So, we'll be live again tomorrow, and appreciate you tuning in for our daily brew. All right, have a great Wednesday. And